Hi, I'm Yukiko Flennaugh, and this is my 3-word testimony. Do-gooder, I don't know if that's really a word, but I read it in a book. Bipolar and courageous. So I chose do-gooder because a lot of my life when I was younger, I was just trying to do the right thing and look good, appear successful, get good grades, do well in sports and music, and I don't think I had my priorities right, but I think that I thought things were going great. I had just gotten married and I had started my own business and I had more money than I'd ever had before, so I felt like things were great. And then I got in a car accident. It was pretty serious and I only left the house to go to doctor's appointments and physical therapy appointments, and I got really depressed and I thought about suicide, and I had never told anybody that I had thoughts like that, but I did have those thoughts in high school and college. And Damon, my husband, took me to the doctor and I started on antidepressants. And we didn't know that I had bipolar at this time, but if you have bipolar and then you're on antidepressants, then it can send you into what they call a manic phase. And that's what happened to me. So the chemicals in my brain got really off and I started having hallucinations where I would see things and delusions where I would hear things, and it was really scary to say the least. There was one day where it was so bad that Damon called 911 and I had to take an ambulance to go to the emergency room, and I got admitted to the psychiatric floor and I was there for a few weeks, and it was awful, it was scary, and I had no idea when I would get to leave. And one morning I was trying to read my Bible, but I couldn't really read it because I was so out of it. But a nurse came in and she asked me, "Oh, what are you reading?" And so, "Oh my gosh, that's the page that has my favorite verse on it." And she recited the verse, and I just remember feeling so much comfort because I don't even remember what the verse is now, but I just remember her feeling like she said exactly what I needed to say, and it was like God sent her like an angel. And the hospital time was a turning point in my life because I feel like after that I realized what's important, and what's important in life is your faith and your family and your friends and relationships. And the other things that I had focused on before to be successful were not important. So about 8 years ago, I shared this story at the end of the year celebration for Women's Bible Study, and I really didn't want to actually talk about it because it's really hard to talk about mental illness. But my friend encouraged me and thought it would be really good for me to share. And so I got up in front of this group of people and I had just tears streaming down my face, and I read this story, and I know that I never could have done that unless I had the strength that Jesus gave me. And I feel like through that, I've also gained a lot of faith because people talk to me about how it helped them either through their own struggle or through a family member or friend. And I think that mental illness is really hard to talk about, but it's really important to share when you get through things and how much God helps you survive. And then there was a recent time also where I was getting depressed, and I just had to be really open and vulnerable and tell my friends and ask them to pray for me. And I think that without God's strength and courage, there's no way I would be able to do that. I didn't want to tell people, but I knew that if I did, I would be better for it. And so I asked my friends to pray for me, and I was crying when I was asking them also. And I just feel like God gives me strength and courage to do things like that. So I feel like my verse that I really rely on is from Joshua 1:9. "Be strong and courageous, do not be afraid, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go."